Good day, friends. It's the 24th of January. I don't normally make videos this often, one back to back, but it's an interesting thing I was listening to today. The Germans suddenly have realized that they, with the Leopard tanks, will be more than likely declared co-belligerents in this war. America is already a co-belligerent, but that means Germany will be. Once this escalates, especially if it escalates nuclear, there won't be a Germany left. So they're wanting security guarantees from America. I'm not quite sure what security guarantees they're going to get from America, because if it goes nuclear, there won't be an America left. Because believe me, there won't be anything north of the Rio Grande, and the Canadians, the Canucks, are going to get it just as hard, just because they're pricks. And they're home to a giant collection of Ukrainian Nazis that they have been since the 40s. So the Canucks have more than earned their little share of the nuclear fireball that they're going to get. Now, if there's going to be a war with America, first of all, with 50% of the American population living on the East Coast, another 30% living on the West Coast, and the other 20% in between, everything gets covered. Because Russian nukes aren't going to be hitting just cities. There's the Poseidon nuclear weapons. At least one has already been deployed, somewhere between 50 to 100 megaton nuclear warhead, sitting somewhere off the shelf of North America. And when that nuke goes off, there's going to be about a 50 to 80, some will say even 100 plus meter tall wave. So 100 for the standard bound people, that's a wave between 155 to 100 to, let's see, 80 to about 240 feet. Yeah, all your buildings in New York, most of your smaller buildings will be crushed, and quite a lot of the larger ones may be toppled, with a nice spreading of nuclear material in that wave. But there's going to be a counter wave going in the other direction. So Ireland and the UK and the French coasts, they're all going to get their share of it too. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, it'll hit Iceland, because I mean it is a wave and it goes in a circle. So it's going to smack everything and everybody around. That's one. And there are going to be more deployed. Then there's Yellowstone. Believe me, Yellowstone's going to get hit. Just take care of everything in between. So the U.S., if it goes stupid like this, is going to get wiped. There ain't going to be much of the U.S. population left. Everything from Washington to New York is going to be just dead. There ain't going to be anything left. There's not going to be this crap that Washington Post put out. Oh, in case of a nuclear war, hunker down and wait 24 hours and then walk out. You're not going to be there to walk out about 24 seconds after this hit. Because it's not going to be one, it's going to be multiple and multiple hits. 20 megaton city busters, 10 megaton warheads. Even the smaller ones, like from the Sarmat, that are going to be going Mach 20 when they're coming down. And Mach 10 when they're going get there. Mach 10 is over 10,000 kilometers per hour. Mach 20, hell, they don't even need a nuclear warhead. The kinetic energy alone, when that strikes, it can be like a small nuclear explosion. A 1-ton object coming down at almost 20 times the speed of sound. Yeah, they'll take out giant chunks of the city without any warheads, just as a 1-ton concrete block. Anyways, so the Germans, we want an American nuclear umbrella. You're in that American nuclear umbrella. You're a target. And now you're going to be making sure that you're going to be the real target. And the difference between the U.S. and Germany is Germany's the size of Texas. Except where Texas may wind up getting 2, 3, 4 nuclear hits, Germany's going to get 30, 40, 50 nuclear strikes. There ain't going to be anything left alive in Germany. Everything basically from the Polish-Belarusian border out through most of Northern Europe is going to be a nuclear desert. Carpet bombing, nuclear carpet bombing. You're all going to get exterminated. And those that survive in that little pockets in between are going to wish they had gotten exterminated. That's what you're facing. That's what you're facing right now. I mean, we're there. And the Americans are happy to sacrifice all you morons. So keep sitting on your asses, keep looking at the television set, listening to your dumbass politicians. Most of them have bunkers, at least they think they can get to their bunkers. As they splattle on, considering quite a few of them are Satanists, out and out Satanists. I mean, hell, they're not hiding most of this anymore. I'm sure they're looking for as many sacrifices, as they can to their master, to earn themselves a better place. in hell. You don't think they're thinking that? You're a fool. How do you think they push euthanasia from 12 years on in Canada now? Euthanasia for a Christian is suicide. Suicide for a Christian is damnation. End of story. There is no forgiveness for self-murder. And they know that. And they're bringing in huge swath of the population into sacrifice themselves to the devil. And you're all sitting there stupid enough to go, oh, it's okay. It's for your rights. I mean, seriously? God, people, wake the hell up. I mean, you've gone so stupid. Anyone that teaches you that evil doesn't exist is evil. The devil isn't going to come in a red suit with a tail. The devil's going to come as a lawyer or a hippie or both. He's going to come as one of those politicians you all bow down to. I mean, Christ saying, you do bow down to him. Except for the few people that actually walk out in the demonstrations against and get beaten by the so-called liberal democracies. They're liberal, but there's no damn democracy there. Liberal police states. And liberal, in this case, means liberal morals and nothing else. Other than that, it's a full-on police state. Your owners, because that's what they are. And Davis is just a meeting of your owners. Discuss what to do with the cattle, and you're the cattle. Don't put much stock into you, more than what they need. And when they talk about the golden billion, you know, we need to lower the population to 1 billion. It'll be the golden billion. Yeah, well, let me explain something to you, or half billion. Some are even lower than that. Let me explain something to you. That golden billion ain't going to be golden. It's going to be a golden maybe 1 million at the top. Another 30, 40, maybe 100 million at max class, and that's, quote, middle class, if you can call it that. That's going to be educated and it's going to live somewhat better. Your enforcers, for example. Your managers. So that the top 1% or 0.5% can live their full lives, their full pleasures. And the rest of you, if you happen to be in that golden billion, are going to be basically serfs, working for survival wages at best. That's what your owners have planned. We said, fuck that plan. We ain't going along. Which is why we have a war on our hands against the entire collective West of Satanism, liberalism, and the serf slaves that you are. Soon enough, your children will be going off to die, because that's the plan in the end. That's one way to really quickly lower your population. Death by Russian. You have death by police. In this case, you have death by Russian. So I really do suggest, wake the hell up. Ain't going to be a Germany left no matter what American nuclear umbrella gets promised. None. And by the way, the reason if you haven't figured this out yet to the Germans, the reasons America doesn't want to send Abrams tanks but insists that you send Leopard tanks is also called business. Because your Leopard tanks will burn. We'll burn them. We already have. Guess who also owns Leopard tanks? Leopard 2s. That's right, Turkey. And we've been blowing up Turkish tanks when they were fighting against the Syrian army for the last 5 years. And they burn really, really bright. And by the way, the moment any of those tanks, Leopards, or Abrams show up, they're target number one. Every man with an RPG is going to be after them to hit that prize. They'll be tapping that prize and those German crews in them, left and right, or Polish crews. Those Ukrainians aren't going to be ready for it. Yeah, there may be a few Ukrainians, and there will still be plenty of Germans or Poles. Or whatever other NATO scum that they're going to throw in there. They're going to get tagged. Now, originally, Americans won't send Abrams because they're going to get tagged also. But if the Abrams aren't there, they aren't burning. And if they're not burning, you can still spin any PR myth when you're selling those tanks to other countries you want. Invincible or whatever else. Meanwhile, the number one opponent in NATO as far as weapon sales, Germany, their tanks are going to be burning. Hey, you don't want a Leopard. Look how they burn. German piece of crap. That costs too damn much because the gas is expensive, the metal's too expensive. You don't want that crap. Buy an Abrams. It's better. It doesn't burn. See, they're invincible. None of them are burning on in Ukraine. Oh, they may bring one tank, put it somewhere on a movie set near Lvov, and show it's fighting the Russians. Or one or two tanks, but they're not going to send Abrams tanks in. I mean, if they wanted to send base Abrams tanks, they have plenty of M1s, 105 millimeter main gun tanks that they could have sent. They won't. They won't even send those. So you got to wonder why, if you're a German. But most Germans don't wonder why. They just listen to what their owners tell them. They live just like when World War II. Kept fighting until Hitler was kaput. The moment word got out that Hitler is toten, Hitler's dead, that's when the Germans start surrendering in Berlin. Even though the war was over and they're just dying for stupidity's sake. But that's how Germans mostly are. Stop thinking for yourself, well, if you can, and think how your owners tell you to think. Germans are very good at that. Punctuality. Time to die. Let's go. At least they don't do the stiff upper lip like the British do when they do stupid. Well, the British will get their turn too, obviously. Even though they're one of the ruling class of the West. The Germans sure as hell aren't. So keep thinking. You're going to get some nuclear umbrella that's going to defend you. It just makes yourself even more of a nuclear target. So, oh well, you know, you warn people, and you warn people, and you warn people. But most people are just too dumb to warn. They'll get the point when that nuclear blast comes over, or it's coming, or they tell them, oh, the missiles are coming. And half of them will go burning, dying and burning without even still realizing. Because sheep are mindless. Sheep are made to be mindless. They're made to go into the slaughterhouse and still think that, oh, I'm going to get some new vegetation to chew on. It'll be something cool. It'll be something tasty. And that's what most people are. Incapable of original thought. Or too scared of original thought. That's even worse. They're capable, but they're so fucking spineless. They'll go with any crowd just to be on the safe side. And the safe side in the crowd usually gets you killed. Or used extensively and then killed. Because your owners are your owners. People like Soros. People like Schwab. So, keep thinking you've got a future. Whatever future you've got, that window's closing real quick. So keep sitting on your couches. Keep getting poorer. Keep getting angrier, but, you know, at Russia or somebody else, because that's who you're told to get angry. Or even if you do realize, keep being lazy. Oh, I can't go out there. I've got too many things. Yeah, I know I'm being fucked royally, but I've got too many things. Well, I'll keep sitting on my ass. It'll all blow over. Yeah, it'll blow over. It's called a nuclear fireball and the wind storm that follows. Yeah, it'll blow over you and everything else. So keep being stupid. Your owners like you that way. Go with God.